Friends, talk about language. There are more than 6,500 languages in the world. Spoken, written, even there are dialects and colloquial languages which are much more than 6,500. In India itself, if languages and these colloquial languages taken together, there are close to approximately 20,000. However, there would be 10 to 15 languages which are spoken world over, used world over in maximum parts of the globe. And we'll talk few of them and then see what is the meaning of linguistics. By the way, there are some languages which are dying or dead, extinct, spoken by very few people or being merged if they are colloquial or dialects in the main official languages, like Busu in Cameroon. In one of the corner, probably only a family speaks, 8 to 10 of them. This was in last century. By now, since it is being propagated, some more might have learned. The latest data I do not have. And again, like when I talk about English or some other languages like Chinese, which is spoken maximum as by the native people and as by other people who have learned it. Exact data are not available. However, approximation is there and we'll talk about them. First is English. More than 1132 million people speak, use this language, and this language is also known as language of sky. That means aviators use, even the seafarers, that is sailors use, while contacting among themselves and with the ground controllers. Then comes Mandarin / Chinese. More than 1117 million people speak. Sino-Tibetan, Burmese, and it is said that if you learn 2,500 characters, out of total 50,000 characters, you will be able to understand and communicate with those who know Chinese. It is official language of China, naturally, Taiwan, Singapore. And this language has speciality that it does not have verb conjugations, no tense, no gender biased / gender discrimination. They know such words like in Hindi or English. Next comes Hindi, related to Bengali and many other languages of India like Punjabi, Marathi, Kashmiri, Nepali. Many of these words have been taken in English, like guru, jungle, karma, yoga, bungalow, cheetah, avatar, etc. In fact, English has become very rich by making itself very versatile as well as adaptable to the local people wherever the Britishers have reached and ruled and not ruled otherwise also. 615 million people talk, and this is also used in Nepal, Fiji, Mauritius, Guyana. Hindi is highly influenced by Sanskrit. In fact, the present trend is to use Sanskrit words and make it difficult, unlike English, which adopts words from other languages. More than 40% of English words are from the French. As far as Sanskrit is concerned, there are no native speakers similar to Latin. Spanish comes next with 534 million, French, Italian, Portuguese, Romanian, and it is official languages in 22 countries spanned over 4 continents. And second most language used in various countries, and it is also said that it is second most language being sought and learned by the Earthians, and if this trend continues, it is expected that within 3 to 4 generations, more than 10 to 20% of Earthians will be able to communicate in this language. Then comes French, 280 million, related to Spanish, Portuguese, Romanian. French is official language in France and in part of Canada, that is Quebec. If Quebec had become independent country, for which there was voting but it lost by 49%, it secured only 49% in favor, wherein 51% favored to remain in Canada. Senegal and Madagascar are another 2 African nations where French is used. Then comes Arabic, Afro-Asiatic, spoken by 274 million people, related to Hebrew, Aramaic, and Arabic. There is an interesting word for this in this language for love. 11 of them, not one, 11 words. When the love starts to till it matures at various stages, there are different words. Probably the only language. It has influenced many languages like Europeans, Spanish, Portuguese, and even English. Then comes back to India, Bengali. 265 million spoken in Bengal, in India, and in Bangladesh. And it is said that it is one of the sweetest languages after French, or at par with it, or beautiful language. It is 7th most spoken language in the world. Russian is the next with 258 million, and the speciality of this is that besides Russia, it is spoken world over. The Russians have migrated, especially now in ex-USSR and surrounding nations. Many Russian words have migrated into science of astronomy because their astronauts had reached along with Americans in the space, and because of aviation. It's all the flying machines, ships, submarines, and various other army arms and ammunitions, like even including tanks and all that. The SOPs to use them are in Russian, and hence you have to learn those words before using those machines. However, this language has only 200,000 words as against those of 1 million words in English. The other languages, or the people who use other languages, must learn and do not make their languages stagnant by trying to make it pure. Let it grow. Then comes Portuguese, used by 234 millions, Indo-European languages. The base is that. It started from that. And related to Spanish, French, Italian, Romanian. And Portuguese, once again, is spoken only by 5% in its original country, Portugal. Rest are in other countries, and it is official language of Brazil, a huge big country, and it has got official status in many countries like Angola, Mozambique, Guinea-Bissau, East Timor, Equatorial Guinea, Macau, and other countries. Now Indonesia is the next with 199 million. Urdu turns out to be another language being widely spoken and close to 170 million. It is said that if you talk about the beauty beauty of a language or a lovely language, then it comes at par with French and Bengali. It is used in India as well as in Pakistan and various other countries like Nepal. German is the next with 132 million. As far as languages are concerned, friends, this is important to know that this is not class related. Class related means like property belongs to which class, like capitalist class or feudal class. Which class works or sells its labor power, like the proletarian class. Language is not class related. It is universal. I have used the word Indo-European language. Yes, in 16th century, when European visitors came to India, they found some words which they were using, even Persians were using, and they found it common, and that developed and they called it Indo-European language. It is native to Western and Southern Eurasia, from where various languages of these countries developed. Most of the languages of Europe, Indian subcontinent, especially northern subcontinents, Iranian plateau, Albanian, Armenian, Celtic, Germanic, Hellenic, Indo-Iranian, Italic. It is almost used in 45% to 50% of the world. Well, coming to an end, friends, linguistics is a very interesting science to learn the development and history of languages, how they merge with each other, how they adopt other words, how to speak and pronounce them, how the words have different meaning, especially like in Chinese. Same word, same spelling, but you speak in different tone. That's why Chinese is also known as a tone language. So nothing more on this except that learning different languages may not be wastage of time. While you learn other languages, you learn their culture also. The culture of those people whose native language, original language or mother language is that particular language which you are learning. Language is an important part of building a nation, like geographical area. A nation like Sri Lankans, like Tamilians, Tibetans, British, Irish. So they got to have a particular area where they have lived for centuries, for a long time, to interact with each other. A common culture, a common language, a common way of economic activities. That's all, friends. Thank you.